This tutorial is going to talk about setting up your product search. Go to your eSource settings, go to Settings, Site Management, and Product Search option. You're going to want to most likely use this middle one that we're just going to give them a search field. What it's going to do is it's going to search into various fields for the information provided by the user. So down below here you indicate which fields you want it to search through. The most common ones are searching through item number and item description. If you've got a separate catalog description, you may want to search through that. And another good one is the Internet Properties Additional Information, which is a big text field where you can put a lot of product information in there. You can put some commonly known keywords that you want the customer to find your products with. In the Methods tab, you're going to say whether or not you want that to look for an exact match, contains, or begins with. If you have more than one, they're going to get a drop down where they have to specify, but the most common is just to leave it contains, and so that it's always going to do just a contains lookup. The standard search involves these two tabs, and it's going to do a contains for whatever the customer looks for in the fields that you've provided. If you want to use the eCatalog or the Microsoft SQL full text catalog, you can activate that as well instead. The nice thing about the full text catalog search is it doesn't look for things as a contains, it looks for containing any of the words. So for the standard search without the full text search, if I looked for blue shirt, it would only find items that had blue shirt in one of the fields that I had checked. It had to be together, blue shirt. It wouldn't find blue and red striped shirt, would not qualify. But with the full text search, it looks for the various words. So if I were looking for blue shirt, typed in blue shirt, it would find anything that found blue, blue shirt, or blue and red striped shirt. And then it returns them in a relevance order. So if it found blue shirt and it found an exact match, that would be most relevant. If it found blue shirt and it found that twice in the fields, then that would be more relevant than if it just found it once. Or if it found it just blue, or if it found just shirt. Those would be less relevant than if it found both blue and shirt. The downfall of the full text SQL search is it only recognizes real words. So it doesn't recognize partial item numbers. So if you want your customer to be able to search by item number and be able to put in a partial item number and find results, that won't work with the full text SQL search. If that is something that you're going to need, then you're going to need to use the regular search and leave this one unchecked. So if you go back to your home page, and I've underneath my shirts, I've got this Urban Pipeline Heather V-neck tee black. So if I search for black, I'll find that item as well as several others that have the word black somewhere in the description. So here's all my different black shirts. If I look for heathered, I'll find all my items that are heathered, have heathered in them. And this particular shirt, it grouped them because they were a dimension group. Once you configure your settings, your search options, when you hit save, it's going to say that it created the search indexes that have to be run in SQL. So what you need to do is you need to come to your website folder, and there'll be a log folder, and there's going to be search settings. Open that up, edit in Notepad. You're going to want to copy that whole thing, and you're going to want to have your SQL administrator run that against the company database. It'll create some indexes to make the search run faster. That concludes this tutorial.